has been paid for by
the ENN podcast.
He has a good energy, you guys.
Can you believe it? Can you feel it? Can you feel that excitement?
The merchandise, wearing the hats.
Chris Wild here live from Lincoln Financial.
And I'm telling you, if you let Eli Manning walk into that stadium and make you look stupid and get a Giants W.
Music.
Wow. Whoa. Shit.
And more.
What's his next book going to be called? Spineless?
Mike.
Eagles fans of the NFL, Giant fans are probably checking this out as well. Welcome back to the ENN podcast. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wild, and I am not at all surprised at the outcome of today's game. Why? Because if you check my preview video earlier today, I kind of expected this. I didn't want to say the T word earlier today, but it was absolutely the T word, and that is a trap game. Now, what is a trap game? Some people might ask. A trap game is when, fairly good team or a team that is supposed to win or a team that is on some kind of run or is really feeling themselves go in against an inferior team and lose because they are feeling themselves and they have overestimated and taken that team lightly. They fall into the trap of the media telling you how great you are and how you're supposed to run the table and get in the playoffs and win and blah, blah, blah. And it absolutely happened today. I said this all week, that I had an uneasy feeling about this football game. Now, did it have something to do with Freddie Kitchens taking over that offense? No, because the Giants' offense absolutely sucked. This is the first Eagles defeat that I can remember this year, probably the only one, where I can't blame Jonathan Gannon's defense because the defense absolutely came to play, and they stopped basically everything that the New York Giants wanted to do. Saquon Barkley was a non-factor. Kenny Golladay had a couple catches. The drives that they scored on, or the one touchdown drive that they scored on, the Philadelphia Eagles defense was absolutely tired because the offense couldn't do a damn thing. Now, this is fresh in everybody's mind, so I want to actually play this now, and I'm going to play it again at the end. This is not the only reason why the Eagles lost, but this is from I am DJ Eastwood on Twitter, kind of going over that last play, and I want to talk about this in a little bit, so I'm going to share this with you guys now. Tell me what you think about this play here. Last play of the game. Fourth down, Jalen Hurts has the Eagles in position to score the game-winning touchdown, and then this happens.
You guys are not about to sit here and talk about Reagor. Reagor sucks. We already know that. The problem is this dude throwing to Reagor every play. Now watch this play right here. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom of the screen do a slant. He's open. If the quarterback could put the ball ahead of him, it could be a touchdown ball. Then he cuts up, is wide open again, is running down the field, waving his arms. He still doesn't throw it to him and throws to Reagor again. Watch Devontae Smith on the play. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom. Slant. Open. Put it in front of him. No, he didn't throw it. Oh, he's waving his arms. Oh, he's waving his arms again. Oh, he throws to Reagor. Watch Devontae. Watch him. He's pissed. Get this dude a quarterback, man. God damn.
Now, am I putting this loss completely on Jalen Hurts? It has a lot to do with Jalen Hurts. Let's be honest. 3 interceptions, just that first half. I mean, look, again, I talk to you and I say that in the title that the Eagles took the Giants lightly, which they absolutely did. I mean, who would take the Giants not lightly? Again, this is a horrible football team, and I say that, and I'm being honest, and Giant fans have to be honest with themselves as well. 4 turnovers for the Philadelphia Eagles today. They played complete crap football, and they still had a chance to win the game in the final play of the game. Like, and I've had relatives, because my mom's side of the family, they're all Giant fans. I've had them have the nerve to text me. It's like, do you understand how bad your team is to barely win a game against this team that the Eagles did everything wrong today? They did absolutely everything wrong today that they could have done. And you see that play there at the end, and that kind of shows Jalen Hurts' head was not in the game today. I don't know where it was, but it wasn't in the game. And Nick Sirianni has to take some blame for this as well. The Philadelphia Eagles have been dominating teams with running the football. Now, Jordan Howard gets hurt. He's been a huge part of this, but the offensive line has been opening up these huge holes. And look, Jason Kelsey, who might be the most important player on this Eagles team. I mean, he really might be. He gets hurt for the entire first half. And it's like Nick Sirianni said, you know what? Howard's hurt. Kelsey's hurt. We're just not going to run the football anymore. And he stopped. And he was making Jalen throw the football. And for whatever reason, Jalen Hurts kept trying to dig it into Jalen Reagor. And he's throwing interceptions, bad interceptions. Now, the one to Quez Watkins, ironically, the NFL on Fox team did not show any replays of that interception. I think they showed one. The reason why they didn't was because Quez Watkins was held and spun around. Actually, one of the commentators said that once. He must have been told to shut up. It was an absolute defensive pass interference that wasn't called by the officials. And that's another thing we talk about these officials. How many times can I tell you that the Giants were holding that Eagles defensive line and nothing was called time and time again? But either way, this Eagles offense they couldn't do anything because they went away from what they do best. And I understand. Look, Boston Scott runs for a touchdown, and it's called back because of Nate Herbig holding. There was another big play. Nate Herbig is holding on. Kelsey means a lot to this football team. You can still run the football, even though he's not in there. I think they still could have. Now, my biggest thing is, and we're going to talk about Jalen Reagor here, but you know that I am not a Jalen Reagor fan at all. I've always been a huge Miles Sanders fan. I think this guy is a home run hitter, a guy that has MVP-like material as far as a running back. At least that's what I thought a couple years ago. What the hell is up with this guy, man? He has a couple huge runs. He had a decent day stat-wise on the ground, but a 27-yard run kind of in the second half, and then he's not shown anymore. He's not there. When Boston Scott fumbles the football in a crucial time in the game with the Eagles driving the field, about to win the game, that should have been Miles Sanders with the ball in his hands. But I guess he tweaked something. He was injured on the field. I've just had enough of it already. I've had an absolute enough of it already. My heart sank when Jordan Howard got hurt last week because I kind of knew this is what was going to happen. Jalen Reagor, oh my God. 2 huge drops on that drive that were touchdowns. He had the one drop, I think it was a couple plays before the final one, right in his hands. I mean, look, I'm going to kill Jalen Hurts this entire video because 3 interceptions is inexcusable, okay? At one point, you got to grab your head coach and say, look, we need to do what we've been doing. Because, yes, Boston Scott fumbled the ball crucially in that play. And look, the Giants are bad, man. They got a bad defense. They were already missing guys. They were missing more guys as the game went on. And I guess Sirianni said to himself, they're missing these guys in the secondary. Now's my time to throw the football. But again, back to Jalen Reagor. They picked this guy in the first round a couple years ago. I did a live stream. It was I think it might have been my first live stream ever. It was bad. It was a bad live stream. But I did it during that draft. It was the COVID draft, I like to call it, where Roger Goodell is calling these things in his living room or whatever, basement, wherever he was. And Justin Jefferson and Jalen Reagor's on the board. I'm happy as shit because I think it's going to be Justin Jefferson, and they picked Jalen Reagor. Oh, they picked this guy basically because his dad played for the Eagles years ago as a defensive tackle. So he had that kind of relationship there. Monte Reagor is who it was, and he could probably play wide receiver better than his son. I gave him a shot. He didn't do much. I gave him another shot last year. He did nothing. And now here comes this year. You got Devontae Smith on the other side of you, who, as you saw in that clip, was open and begging for the football. Nick Sirianni just said in a press conference that Devontae Smith is coming because the camera kind of caught Devontae Smith saying something to Sirianni. And Devontae Smith saying, give me the football. Give me the football. You would think that relationship with Hurts would be there, right? Because of Alabama. But apparently it's not. He didn't even look anywhere else but Jalen Reagor. And Jalen Reagor drops that ball. Again, would be touchdown, would be game winner. Drops the ball a couple of plays before, would be game winner. He is horrible in the punt return game. He is bad in the kick return game. He is bad as a wide receiver. this again, he is not the only reason why the Eagles lost this game. The Eagles lost this game because they took the Giants lightly and they didn't play the game they were supposed to play until late in the game. If they would have ran, the Eagles were the only team in the NFL this year to have a 10-play drive for a touchdown with no completions. But that's the team they are. Their identity is they are a running team, and it was working. It was working with Gainwell. It was working with Sanders. And Sanders goes out. Who knows what his deal is? You got to hope Jordan Howard's back next week. But it is what it is, and I had a feeling this was going to happen this way. I just really did. Matt says Hurts has a problem with accuracy and decision-making because that was what we're seeing. So, yeah, 4 turnovers, and we still had a chance. The Giants are fucking bad. Earmuffs on. They're a bad team, and it's just what it is. I mean, any Giant fan that feels good about that win, I mean, I guess you have to at this point because what else? The Giants, they're just a bad football team. But we talk about Hurts' accuracy. I will say this. The ball to Reagor, a couple plays before the last play, was right on the money. This play, and as a matter of fact, guys, I got a little something for you. Something. I was supposed to go this game. I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad I woke up late. Here we go. What should happen there? This is a football that should be caught. Look at the ball. It's in his hands. How do you not come down with that? How do you not put 2 feet down and then stretch the ball over the goal line for the touchdown? And even if he didn't get the touchdown, they could have still ran to the line, spiked the ball, and they're at the 1 yard line. How does this not happen? This is what it is. We've got one good wide receiver on our team. Greg Ward missed again an accurate pass by Jalen Hurts earlier in the game that could have been a touchdown. He had a touchdown call back because of a hold. I mean, look, as much as I want to kill Jalen Hurts, when you put the ball there, look at where the ball is. When you put the football right there, that should be caught. You are an NFL wide receiver making NFL money, and you don't come down with this? Is anybody else seeing this right now? Again, I can talk to you all day long about Jalen Hurts and his 3 interceptions, some of his bad passes. We could talk all day about it ad nauseum. But at the end of the day, when the game's on the line and you put the ball right there, I wish I had a little teleprompter right now, right there where I could circle this. That should be caught. It should be caught, and it wasn't. Wasn't caught because Jalen Reagor sucks. He's a bad wide receiver. The Philadelphia Eagles have one really great wide receiver, and they didn't target him at all today. Devontae Smith was not targeted at all today, guys. It wasn't at all. And I'm going to play this again. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to play this again because it should be played again.
You guys are not about to sit here and talk about Reagor. Reagor sucks. We already know that. The problem is this dude throwing to Reagor every play. Now watch this play right here. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom of the screen do a slant. He's open. If the quarterback could put the ball ahead of him, it could be a touchdown ball. Then he cuts up, is wide open again, is running down the field, waving his arms. He still doesn't throw it to him and throws to Reagor again. Watch Devontae Smith on the play. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom. Slant. Open. Put it in front of him. No, he didn't throw it. Oh, he's waving his arms. Oh, he's waving his arms again. Oh, he throws to Reagor. Watch Devontae. Watch him. He's pissed. Get this dude a quarterback, man. God damn.
Again, that's from I am DJ Eastwood on Twitter. That is what that video was from. And we asked what happened to Goddard. They must have done something to game plan Goddard to take him away. I do know he dropped the ball on that drive as well. He did not have a good day. Again, a lot of these guys, man, and I said this, man, in the preview video. And I said this now, by the way, the tattoo is now 1-1. I told these guys or people that I know, like, I don't have a good feeling about this football game because the media was hyping the Eagles up so much. And this is a young football team, man. They're going to believe in that hype. Again, this could have been a Miracle in Meadowlands 3 type shit because Jalen Reagor should have caught that football. Again, I can't say anything that bad about the Eagles defense. I can't. They held in there for the most part. The only thing that and it was 3 targets all game for Devontae Smith is ridiculous. Or Goddard, is it Dallas Goddard maybe? Either way, either one of those guys, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Goddard and Smith are your best 2 guys on the field. The Giants, I think the only healthy DB they had was James Bradbury. Outplayed and outcoached. This was a winnable game. I wouldn't say outplayed or outcoached. I wouldn't say that at all. The Giants coaching did nothing that a good team without you take away those 4 turnovers. The Eagles win this game. I don't think it was that the Giants played better or that the coaches coached better. It was the Eagles not executing. That's it. Execution. Absolute Jalen Hurts at the end of the game. If at the end of the half, if you don't have it, throw it away. Instead of the interception, you throw it away, you get 3 points. It's now 3-3. This Giants team did not come out here. This wasn't like it was a 21-7 game. This wasn't like this was a double-digit game. This was, again, coming into where we almost in the fourth quarter, a 3-0 game. Like, this was not – the Giants on offense did shit. Saquon Barkley did nothing. None of their guys did anything. They made a couple plays when they absolutely had to, and no defense is going to be completely perfect here. The only, again, about the defense, the only thing I can say is this defensive line they need to get pressure. They just have to. And I will say this on them. I cannot really beat the shit out of them for that because the referees just decided, I don't know if it was because of the Thanksgiving game, all the attention that the refs got for that game against Dallas. They didn't call any holding penalties against this Giants defense. I'm sorry, or offensive line. And the Eagles, there was times where it was blatant. I mean, there's one time where it was so blatant they were like, okay, we have to call this. But it was bad. Let me see. Didn't even notice the hood though. No, I don't know what you're talking about with that. The hood. Who? What hood? What hood? But again, I don't. Let's see what we got here. Holds. Yeah, the Giants were holding all game. It wasn't being called. Unless it was like the one guy had Derek Barnett's neck, like he had him in a headlock. And that was called. But other than that, it was crazy to me. Actually drinking tea today, guys. Tea and Red Bull. How about that? It was bad. But again, the Eagles should have. This is a team that they should have went in there, and it says something again. Like I can't get over some of the text messages I get from Giants fans. Like as bad as the Eagles were, again, 4 turnovers, and still at the end of the game, this wide receiver Jalen Reagor just dropped the ball. It's an Eagles victory. But again, the Eagles were not going to run the table. We know this. This had trap game written all over it. Look, bring them back down to earth. Go back against the Jets and do what you got to do. How does Smith have at least 8 targets? Like Devontae Smith is again. You saw in that play, the guy's wide open. He's open. He wants the ball. Give the guy the ball. If you're going to pass the ball, if you're that, and again, if the Eagles just would have done, and we wouldn't be talking about this, if they just would have stuck to the script. And I know, okay, Kelce goes out. This is your leader on the offensive line. And their offensive line took some hits today. Not only did Kelce go out, he comes back in the second half. And then Jack Driscoll, who's been playing good, he goes out. You need Herbig in there. Thankfully, I believe Brandon Brooks should be back next week, maybe the week after. And that's because Driscoll's carted out. But I know Kelce goes out, and the center position is such a big position. And you could tell he was pissed off that they wouldn't let him back in. Kelce goes out, and I understand they must have got nervous with that. But come on, guys. Like this, you did not look – your offense looked like it looked against the Raiders. It looked, it was not a good game plan. Like, just run the football. Run, Jalen. That's what he does. Run, Boston. Miles Sanders. Like, and again, what happened to Miles Sanders? Like, where was he for that last drive? This is a guy, as a second-round pick. We talk about Reagor being a first-round pick. This is a second-round pick, man. He should be on the field. That should not have been Boston Scott fumbling that football. That ball should have been in Miles Sanders' hands. Point blank. Reagor is going to be traded. Who, Sharon? Look, he should have been traded earlier, I guess. But who is going to want Jalen Reagor? He's going to be released next year. They do not. What team would want this guy? The Eagles they've done good in drafting guys, and we can't say they haven't. Avonte Maddox had some huge plays, right? Some huge plays today. Jordan Mailata still throwing guys around. I mean, another good draft pick that they had. Dallas Goedert, he didn't have a great game today, but he's a good draft pick. But as far as wide receiver goes, Devontae Smith they hit on because it was such a high pick. Jalen Reagor, no. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, no. Even though Whiteside has more value as a blocker than Jalen Reagor has as anything. And I want to give this guy a shot. He wears the shield. I want to give him a shot. Gainwell was on that last drive. He had a couple big first downs, and I think should have just kept going to the kid. The thing is, he's a rookie. He does not run between the tackles. He's more of a east and west type runner. But Miles Sanders is your bell cow. Miles Sanders is the guy that you would think after this year would get a huge contract, and he was nowhere to be found. Sharon, what's going on with my Eagles? They should have won. Yeah, they should have won the game easily, Sharon. The problem is they took the Giants lightly. Jason Kelce gets hurt early. The game plan gets thrown out, just like against the Raiders when Sanders got hurt. It kind of went out. They didn't run the ball early like they should have. And when you saw it, the Giants suck against the run. 22nd in run defense, and they suck against the run. They could not stop it. The Eagles should have just kept doing it, but they stopped for whatever reason. And the only reason I can think of is because Giants defenders started going down. You had I don't know what the one slot corner's name is, but you had Adoree Jackson, who sucks and is always injured, go out again. And I guess he saw opportunities there. But the problem is with Jalen Hurts is, especially today, he doesn't look. Today he was like a one-read quarterback. It was crazy. Bird dogging Jalen Reagor, the one interception. It's like, dude, I mean, I could understand if it was Devontae Smith, right? You go, okay, Devontae Smith's a good wide receiver. He's going to get open. If I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm looking him down the entire game. But it wasn't Devontae Smith. It was Jalen Reagor. Why? Showstopper says too many mistakes. Absolutely. That was what it was. The Eagles beat the Eagles today. Hurts going 14-31 is a problem? Yes. I get there were drop passes, but they can't happen either. Problem is we lost a bunch of different aspects, and it's hard to comprehend. Yeah, it was just a bad game plan, I think. It was a bad game plan by Sirianni. We'll never know his, actual game plan. I think when Kelce went out, I think that changes shit. That's the most important part of that offensive line. And he is the best center in the league. So when you lose that, you're going to lose aspects of your game. I don't like any team in the NFC East. I hate the Giants, but I can't put them over for this victory because did the Giants do anything special today? Like, when you think about it, what did the Giants do? Like, if I'm a Giants fan, what do I feel good about? I guess I feel good about these backup DBs that were in there, even though Hurts was forcing it to Reagor every time. It comes down to literally the last play of the game. They should have ran that. Why? Jordan Howard being out, I guarantee you, if Jordan Howard's in this game, they're running the football. Nick Sirianni loves Jordan. Hopefully he'll be back we don't need him to beat the Jets, but by the next week. Again, I expect the Eagles to at least lose one of these upcoming games. I thought they were going to win narrowly today. I said that in the preview video, and they should have. But they didn't. I definitely don't think they lose to the Giants again. Freddie Kitchens coming in didn't do anything different than Jason Garrett would have done today. Let's be honest. I think that the Eagles can still beat the Redskins or the Washington team. They're going to beat the Jets. I didn't expect them to run the table or win 3 straight coming off of. I mean, they had the Broncos and the Saints. It was tough, and the Saints defense, tough defense to play. But we're here live, guys. You must be feeling the pain as I am. But again, this isn't a game where I really feel I kind of figured this was going to happen. This was aggravated. I've been a long time. Hopefully I can sleep tonight. I'll tell you this. I'm not really that aggravated by this loss because I kind of predicted it. to me, this is the ultimate trap game. It just says team on the road, just changed coordinators, hated rival, and the Eagles are feeling themselves. You got a young football team that turns on ESPN, and every day, especially Thursday, when the Cowboys lost, the first thing you hear about is, oh, the Eagles are right behind them. The Eagles are going to do it. The Eagles are right behind them. Here we go. Here comes Philly. And look, the young guys hear this like we do. They're feeling themselves, and then you can't. It's hard to win a game with 4 turnovers. I think that Tampa Bay did it against the Giants earlier this year, and they barely did that. That's with Tom Brady. I mean, it's hard to do. Oh, I love this one right here. Well, actually, let's talk about this. Yeah, Ward should have caught that. It was before the half. That should have been a touchdown. That was taken off. So you figure that, which Hurts put right in his hands, and it went right through them. Boston Scott, the touchdown call back. I mean, that's 14 points right there for the Eagles call back. I mean, come on, guys. This is the Eagles beat the Eagles here. With the Giants, what did the Giants do? What did they do? I ask you that, and I'm not trying to be bitter, this bitter, like unrealistic Eagles fan, but what did the Giants do? Did the Eagles beat themselves? 4 turnovers. You still got a shot. The last play of the game. And then this. We need a power back. Sanders isn't that. Yes, they needed Jordan Howard today. Miles Sanders has these big runs, but then gets hurt on that 27-yard run in crunch time when they need this guy. I need a guy. And I was watching the end of that Colts Bucks game, which the Colts lost. But I need a guy like Jonathan Taylor, man. And it doesn't even have to be Jonathan Taylor, because Jonathan Taylor is like probably the best running back in the league right now. Now that Derrick Henry is hurt. I need a guy that I can count on, man. I can just count on. You're Jalen Hurts, or you're Nick Sirianni. You cannot count on Miles Sanders. He's always getting hurt. You cannot count on this dude, man. Consistency is key. We pulled a 180. Yeah, but again, I'm going to tell you right now, Jason Kelce being out had a lot to do with that. When Kelce went back in, things looked normal until, of course, the Eagles had to start throwing the ball at the very end there. And Boston Scott fumbling that football. We're not talking about that. The Eagles driving at the end of the fourth quarter, getting ready to put the game away, and Boston Scott has that horrible fumble, man. What do you do? What can you do? Nick Sirianni didn't fumble that ball. Jalen Hurts didn't fumble that ball. Jalen Hurts threw 3 picks. But I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And like I said, and I'm not trying to be this guy, man. You know, I've been on here multiple times when the Eagles lose and say, I got to give it to the Cowboys. They kicked our ass. Or I got to give it to, the Chargers. They beat us. Our defense couldn't stop them. I can't give it to the Giants. What did they do here? This is a 13-7 game that should have been over, that the Eagles wiped off 14 points on the board. The Eagles had 14 points gone because of a terrible hold, and a dropped ball. Actually, you could say 21 points because Reagor should have caught that thing at the end. It's bad. I'm going to play this again for those of you just tuning in. This is from at IamDJ Eastwood on Twitter, and this is kind of how I feel. Like, this last play shouldn't have went how it did. So here we go.
You guys are not about to sit here and talk about Reagor. Reagor sucks. We already know that. The problem is this dude throwing to Reagor every play. Now watch this play right here. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom of the screen do a slant. He's open. If the quarterback could put the ball ahead of him, it could be a touchdown ball. Then he cuts up, is wide open again, is running down the field, waving his arms. He still doesn't throw it to him, and throws to Reagor again. Watch Devontae Smith on the play. Watch Devontae Smith on the bottom. Slant. Open. Put it in front of him. No, he didn't throw it. Oh, he's waving his arms. Oh, he's waving his arms again. Oh, he throws to Reagor. Watch Devontae. Watch him. He's pissed. Get this dude a quarterback, man. God damn.
Now, listen, obviously that's a bad play by Jalen Hurts, and he's played great the past 4 weeks. He played great against an 0-10 Detroit team. He played great against the Chargers team. He played great against a kind of a bad Denver team and then a really bad Saints team last week. But man, you got to make that play. You got to see your guy. Devontae Smith is the dude. Like, this is the guy. And Jalen just bird dogging Jalen Reagor. I mean, like, and it almost makes you think. And again, I've never been on the sideline of an NFL football team. I haven't. I've never played professional football. I don't know how that is. But it makes you wonder, right? Are they telling Jalen Hurts, this got to go to Reagor? This ball is going to Jalen Reagor. You are going to throw, because again, this is a failed draft pick. A absolute first round bust. Jalen Reagor is a first round bust. First round picks, and I'm not even showing the picture of, again, Jalen Hurts putting it right, should it be, and it bounces off Jalen Reagor's helmet. That should have been a touchdown. I'm not even showing that one, because that was a play too. But the first round picks make those catches, man. Justin Jefferson makes that catch. Jalen Reagor is, I don't know, like, you try, he is really, and I said this before, JJ Arcega-Whiteside does more for this football team than Jalen Reagor does. It's just, it's again, this is an Eagles team that is rebuilding. We have to, and as far as the Giants go, the Giants are not a rebuilding team, or they weren't supposed to be this year. That's why they went and they signed Kenny Galladay and Kyle Rudolph and all these guys that they signed. They're thinking that they're going to make a playoff run, and they're bad. At least we know, as the Eagles right now, a rebuilding football team, a lot of young pieces next year, a lot of salary cap, a lot of draft picks. Again, I can't sit here and again, I'm just going back to a text I got about one of my family members texting me. How about them Giants? What did the Giants do? There might as well have been like invisible players on the field. The Eagles would have still lost. I mean, F. Reagor, absolutely. He is just. This is a guy. He now lost you a football game. He is a win. And Quez had some decent. Quez had a good catch. And again, on that interception, he was held and pulled around, which Fox decided not to show the replay of. Defensive pass interference that the officials decided not to call. Give the Jalen Reagor, man, like, I don't know what you do at this point. I just don't know. You got to go in the offseason and sign a guy maybe like Allen Robinson, because you cannot. The Jalen Reagor is not it, man. He's not it. You can tell. Ball right in his hands, man. It's right in his hands. It's in his hands. This isn't a tough catch. This is not a tough catch, guys. Look at it. Look at the football. That's not photoshopped. That is grab the ball, come down, spread out, get the touchdown, or come down and the team runs up to the line, spikes the football, and then runs it in for the touchdown. I mean, come on, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, by the way. Also, donations are welcome. You can Cash App Chris Wad Wrestling. I was supposed to go to the game today. I woke up late. I didn't go. Thank God. I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine. I mean, there's got to be a lot of delusional Giant fans there thinking that this is nothing. This is nothing that the Giants did. This is a guy supposed to catch a ball, and he drops it. Give me the money that he gets to play, please. It's just not. It's not. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's unreal. It's just. It doesn't make much sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense for the Eagles to. Yeah, and Matt says this. It wasn't even contested. It wasn't. This was not a contested catch, guys. This isn't some like helmet catch style shit. I can't wait to get to this comment here. Was Myrick's touchdown a catch or no? Okay, technically, I guess, because it didn't touch the ground. But again, Giants fans that are like happy about this, did you see how you won? That was a touchdown. This guy didn't even really catch the ball. It just landed on his thigh and didn't touch the fucking turf. You kidding me? No, I mean it was luck, absolute luck, because it didn't. And I think I saw the tip maybe hit the ground, but whatever. There was enough there to contest it. And by the there was a drive that Daniel Jones went for a sneak and was not even close that they call a first down. So many things. The officials again not calling anything on the Giants, giving these guys spots. The Eagles played poorly though, and they did deserve to lose that game. Let's get that right. But let's go back to this. It was not even contested. Look at the guys; they're behind him. They are behind Jalen Reagor. It's not even a contested ball. How do you not catch this? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And yes, should the ball have went to Devontae Smith on the slant? Abso-fucking-lutely it should have. But when you throw the ball to Reagor here and he's got it in his hands, you expect the guy to goddamn catch the ball. You're a first-round pick. You're not a practice squad player. You're not a player trying to play the team. You're not a player that was thrown into the lineup because guys were hurt. You are a first-round pick. The Eagles should not even have Devontae Smith on their team right now, but they had to because you suck. And we're sitting here. We got to put up with this for the next, 4, 5, 6 weeks because they don't have any other wide receivers. Look, put John Hightower on the field. Get him off the practice squad. Put him on the field. I would rather see John Hightower right now than this dude right here, Jalen Reagor. I'm sorry. I tried to stick it in there with you. I tried to. But I can't. Look, the Eagles play bad because they lose Kelsey for the first half. They get him back. They start playing better. Boston Scott fumbles the football. Jalen Hurts, after 3 interceptions, comes back, brings it back, and, touchdown, 2, because there was 2 times you dropped the ball, and here we go. It's unbelievable. But again, I got to remember, this is a rebuilding football team. This is not something to get upset about. Like, this is a Super Bowl team, right? Like you it's hard to be upset. Rookie head coach. Oh man, JB. Oh, don't even get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Jalen Reagor's a guy that was a punt returner and a wide receiver in college. He had a punt return touchdown against the Packers last year. How does he let the football roll all the way to the 1-yard line? How? How do you catch the ball and you run where there's no blockers? What is he worse at? As a wide receiver, as a punt returner? I don't know. There's got to be somebody else you can put back there, man. There's got to be somebody else because he is. It annoyed me last year with Greg Ward because Greg Ward would do this every single time. Jalen Reagor is the worst. He's the worst. I don't care who it is. Get Brian Mitchell out of retirement. What is he, 56 years old? I'll take Brian Mitchell returning punts at 56 years old, and I don't know if that's how old he is, but let's just say he is. Then this guy, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst. The only thing I can say is, at least this wasn't like a complete ass whooping. Like, at least this was like a 32-3 ordeal. Because, again, I'm going to talk to Giant fans and go, we had 4 turnovers. You guys barely won the football game. Like, you suck. Like, that's a team, that's the Eagles beating the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is absolutely that. Joe Judge could have been, he could have been replaced by a broomstick with a hat on. It didn't matter when you throw that many, you have that many turnovers. It's just, all right, great, Giant fans. Good job. You're kidding me. Horrible team. But the Eagles took them lightly. Trap game, young team, and we lost to this Giants. What a giant disappointment. That's what that was. And I'm trying to sit here and think of, like, what did the Giants do well? Like, I don't know. Because you had a guy catch a touchdown that didn't really even catch the football. Okay. Saquon Barkley, number 1 draft pick and then we're talking a high draft pick too, from years ago, didn't do shit. Alex Singleton ate his lunch all day. Daniel Jones, he didn't get sacked really, but what else did he do? He made a couple passes. I mean, okay, I guess. You got a Philadelphia Eagles team that turned the ball over 4 times and had wide receivers dropping everything that touched their hands. I guess that would look. But let me applaud Jonathan Gannon's defense. They didn't. This should have been, if this was against a good team, if the Eagles played a good football team, let's say the Eagles played the Bucs, or let's say the Eagles played the Cowboys, even I'll say, or I don't know, the Chiefs or the Chargers. If they played this way against those teams like that, they would have gotten beat 42-7. I mean, that's just what it would have been. But they played the horrible Giants, and they played the horrible Giants and got beat 13-7. So it's crazy because I'm in a place where there's noise everywhere, and I'm trying to keep it out of this live stream, but it's just nuts. 13 points with 4 turnovers. I mean, come on, like literally, like. What did the Giants do here to win this football game? I don't know. With that being said, guys, we're at 41 minutes here. I've kind of had enough talking about this game. I really have. It was kind of what I thought it was going to be. The Eagles take a team lightly. It being tight, it should have been a win if Jalen Reagor catches that ball, or if Jalen Hurts notices Devontae Smith going like this, give me the ball. But he didn't. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody, please, don't overthink this loss too much. It was, again, against a bad team that scored 13 points. And you had 21 points taken off the board. It's what the Eagles, that's what happened. They had 21 points taken off the board today. So let's see what happens next week. The New York Jets. We go back to MetLife to play the Jets. I might actually go to that one because the tickets cannot be very expensive. Again, and if you guys are trying to get me to the Jet game for some live streaming, donations are welcomed. Cash App, Chris Wild Wrestling, all that donation money goes back into this channel and to getting me to some games so I can live stream with you guys. But again, the Eagles lose to the Eagles today. 13, right? Was that 13? Yeah, they didn't even score 14. 13-7. And then just a predictable Eagles fashion. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, go Birds, and I'll see you later.